So today I had an experience that reflects a belief that I have that sometimes when things go wrong, or what we call wrong, it's really just an opportunity for us to receive something that is more conducive to the life that we want. I'll share this one quick example and then talk more generally about it. About a week ago or so, my computer started giving me messages about its hard drive having some error, and one of the suggestions was replacing the hard drive, and I thought, I was in denial, so I was like, I'll just ride it out and see how long this thing lasts, and hopefully it'll just, continue working. I didn't want to deal with it, basically. But today it was operating so badly it just didn't start up, and I ended up having to reformat the disk, and that still didn't work, and I lost everything that I have on there, and I have everything backed up, but it's just a hassle. And I thought, well, I don't want to have to keep reloading all my software and files every week or whatever, so should I get a new computer? Should I just replace the hard drive? And I didn't want to get a new computer because I only bought this one just about a year and 4 months ago, and so I thought I should get more life out of this thing, but it just kind of felt like, why is this happening, just like this is just such a hassle. I don't understand what the purpose of this is. And then when I was looking for a hard drive replacement, I came across SSDs, which stands for solid state drives, and they are faster, and your computer boots up much faster as well. And they cost a little more, but I thought, well, this is still a lot less expensive than a new computer, and maybe this is why I've always had trouble with my hard drive. I was being pushed to get a better drive, a solid state drive, and I saw examples online of these SSD drives or these SSDs, and anyways, your computer will boot up in maybe like 25 seconds as opposed to 2 or 3 minutes. And I thought, that is worth it. That would be great to have that kind of like quick boot up, in addition to the faster processing in general and so forth. So I think this is why this happened. And I had a similar thing happen with when I had standard cable boxes. One of them was acting up, and I realized, I didn't really want standard TVs anymore. I wanted to upgrade to higher high def, and so that prompted me to do so. I think that we get comfortable with what we have and want to just kind of keep what we have, but a lot of times when what we have doesn't work any longer, then it's an opportunity for some kind of improvement. And if our current state of life in all its different areas in terms of our technology and our career and our relationships, if they always stayed the same, there'd really be no evolution and growth. And so another example that comes to mind is the last time that I worked for an employer before I became self-employed. Everybody was told out of the blue, they called the receptionist, and she passed along to the employees that we had 1 hour to clear out our offices, and that they were going to lock the doors after that. And it was just, oh, okay. And I recognized, it was shocking at first, but later that day I recognized that this was pushing me to go into business for myself, because that's what I really wanted to do. I didn't really want to continue doing traditional 9-to-5 work, and since I wasn't making the change on my own, the universe was giving me a push, a big push, to go ahead and make some changes. So I believe this is how it works. A lot of times, if we don't look at things going wrong as an opportunity, then we can feel victimized and upset. Like, I was feeling frustrated with this computer situation. And I was like, there's no way I can see this as a good thing, until I found that I could get a replacement drive that would be much faster, and over time save me a lot of time from waiting around waiting for the computer to boot up. And in a more broad general sense, I believe that if we can just take some time and patience and have some faith, that when things are not going the way that we want them to go, there is some kind of reason to it. So to stay open, to not tantrum or get frustrated or stay stuck in our frustration and anger with situations not going the way we would prefer them to, because a lot of times behind that chaos is some kind of evolution taking place. And a lot of times our tendency is indeed to cling to the familiar, but this really leads to stagnation ultimately, because we are constantly evolving, and so that which is going on around us is going to have to evolve as well, which means things are going to change, which means some things are going to fall apart. And so if we have faith this is for the best, then we can just roll with it and trust that things will continue to improve if we're open to seeing answers to anything that arises, and not jump to conclusions that change, even if it seems disruptive or annoying at the time, is a bad thing. Change can require some work or some energy and patience, but it ultimately is pushing us towards a more congruent life.